Hello dear viewer, it's MiWiJa and I'm happy to see you in the second episode of doing your requests. For now the requests are closed. I'm just gonna make some drawings of the characters you already sent me on DeviantArt, and it's because of many stuff that happened in my life. I can't allow myself to spend too much time on drawing, but still I love it and I want to do these requests. Here you can see I'm making a drawing of character made by RainyGreenTrabant, aka Chris, that you can find on DeviantArt, but about it a bit later. Firstly, talking about the drawing. It's not something I draw usually. The character and everything wasn't really my style, so it was extremely hard to find a good color palette. So I decided to come back to the basics and the way I do stuff. So I started with the line art, even if the sketch was good enough, so I didn't need that. At this moment I didn't really know if I should make it look more like in a comic style. The plan I had at the beginning was to make this request look like kind of painting. And when I was drawing that, I tried to follow the instructions of RainyGreenTrabant. So yeah, he wanted the character to look at the reference picture that he sent to me. You can see it right now on the screen. But my style is definitely different than his style. We drew for different reasons. For me, it's really often being, I would say, a craftsman. I can draw something, spend many hours without putting much feeling into what I'm drawing. Like, it's mostly to make something look good and correct. I'm still trying to improve to make stuff look good. While in his art I can see that it's made mostly for sharing the feelings, emotions, which doesn't mean that I don't put any feelings or emotions in my art. It's more like I do, but it's in a different place. It's more like in my progress, in the process of growing up, in my skills, so yeah. Let's take a look at the art of RainyGreenTrabant, where you can find really many drawings made in traditional style, and I hope you will enjoy it. So coming back to the colors again. Yeah, I tried really hard to make stuff look correct. I knew the character had to have yellow dress. Again, I think the color palette is a bit similar to what I had in the last request. Even the colors from behind. I couldn't find a really good way to put shadows and everything, so I started even from different basics. I had the colors at the beginning, but it didn't work as I wanted. So I just wanted to render everything in black and white, more like gray palette, so I could see where there are shadows, where there's lighting, and everything kind of worked, I think. I tried to change the colors, but to be honest, I figured out how to do that. Right now the video is done and the drawing too, and I wouldn't need to come back to the process of making things black and white again, so that's not important anymore. I'm still learning. As I said, not in this video, but the last one, I'm quite new in digital art. I don't feel best at this. I still have many stuff to do. Here I'm more like a craftsman, as I said. I really try to make stuff look correct. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm just a student. This time it was hard because mostly the colors, the composition. I knew what I wanted to do, and it was the first time when I really knew what I wanted to do, but I couldn't put it on the canvas. In the end, I managed to do it somehow. I chose a kind of lighting that I knew I was going to change. That was kinda sunset-ish. I think this word doesn't exist. And it really reminded me the previous request. This one is, to be honest, really special because it's my drawing of the decade, I guess. But I didn't even draw at the beginning of the decade. So I'm happy with how I made it. I'm really happy that I decided to do a request of RainyGreenTrabant. He is firstly really interesting artist because what he does is extremely specific. It's something that you can enjoy, you cannot enjoy. It's always like this with any art. Just in his case, I find his art really unusual. That's what I would say about it. And to be honest, I really admire it. That's not something I would do personally, and I think that also makes me appreciate what he does. Talking maybe about the drawing of his that you can see on the screen, is a drawing from 2017, if I remember correctly. So if you want to see his more recent art, I highly recommend you to go to look at his DeviantArt and all the other links that I will put down below. So you can find him easily, as any other artist whose characters I will draw. So, this drawing, I needed to follow the instructions. Of course, that's what request is. I didn't draw what I wanted, I drew what Chris wanted me to draw. And what he wanted was really contrasting. The character wears sunglasses, but he wanted her to be under the rain, more like if it just started raining. And I needed to find a way to make everything work together. So you will see me finding the way to do that. A bit later in the video, it was just a tiny mentioning about it. At this moment, it was quite satisfying what I made. I knew what I wanted to do in the background. The character, by the way, was inspired by a song of a group named U2. That I listened to a lot to somehow get the feeling of who this character was. I don't know if I did it correctly or not. At least I tried. The name of the song is Lemon. You can go to check it, probably there will be a link of the song down below so you can find it easily. The drawing was hard because there were many contrasts, also with the colors. As you can see, yellow dress plus purple background. To be honest, I really like putting yellow and purple. Is it purple? Probably it's purple. Together. I know the names of colors more in the digital language. I just make the colors put as I feel. I mean, I know what colors in the theory should work together, but I can't really name colors in the woman way. I do it mostly in the male way, no matter what language I speak. I don't know why I do that. Especially that I draw at the end. This drawing was really special for me also because you can see process of creating that was extremely messy. And it's because I was moving out of my home, which yeah, made things pretty complicated. Because of that, you can see that I don't know if you can see, I hope you can see it much. Like, I was changing some stuff, some settings, and also I was drawing for a long time. Definitely I could do it faster, but because of moving out and starting this drawing when I was still at my family home and finishing it when I was on my own, yeah, made it a bit messy. Yeah. And because of exactly moving out of my home and taking care of some adult stuff, finding my schedule that it might take me some time to do, I can't promise you I will draw a lot, but I want to do what I already started, so I want to do your requests. Maybe it won't be because it's Christmas, but I want to do it, and I think it's a nice thing to go out of my comfort zone, as in this drawing. As you can see, there is the rain, the drops of water, and I didn't want the rain to be the biggest part of the drawing. The most important here was the character and also the lighting. I had so much fun making the lighting, and I think it went quite nice. Here, once again, looking at the character of Chris and some last touch. And here we are. Thank you very much for watching and listening to my rambling. I wish you to have a wonderful new year. Bye bye!